Hey, everybody, you're listening to a bonus episode of Where There's a Willis, There's a Way. Josh, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. How was your Thanksgiving? We're recording this episode not long after Thanksgiving. How was yours?
It was pretty good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I did two Thanksgivings because we've got my
So much
family.
thanks to give. Oh,
So much thanks to give. We did stuff with my family, and then we did stuff with my wife's family. And the stuff with my wife's family was like a dessert that kind of everyone trickled into slowly. And it was the average age was on the older side. Hannah and I were the youngest, the only like younger couple that was there. So we were like, "Oh, hey, everybody." And then when people were like, "All right, it's time to go drop mom back off at her care home," we're like, "All right, we're gonna leave too." So, yeah, that was what I did. But both of them went fine. The family Thanksgiving was a good time. Nothing negative happened, overtly negative.
nice.
So
Nice.
yeah,
Are you a big cooker, food guy?
I
You
am not.
you're just the guy who watches football and grunts and says, "Give me more food, woman."
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
you?
yeah. Yeah, that's essentially me. I have very limited cooking and baking skills, but I don't not enjoy it. I just haven't done it that much.
Oh. Is there like a dish that you feel like is required at Thanksgiving?
Yes, because my family always had applesauce growing up. Every single Thanksgiving, like homemade fresh applesauce,
Oh.
or applesauce that we
Homemade.
yeah, either applesauce that we homemade fresh or applesauce that we made and then canned a few months ago, and then we just bring it out to have it at that point. So yeah, homemade applesauce is like my Thanksgiving thing. Like I
Oh.
don't
Did
care
did you,
turkey or ham, whatever. I just need applesauce.
did you have an apple tree growing up, or did you just buy a bunch of apples and make applesauce?
My grandparents had one or two apple trees. I can't remember, but we
Huh.
usually use that. So yeah, it was
That's
kind
why
of
you're a
fun.
big cider guy now, huh?
Yeah. Actually, so we've been talking a lot about how much we've changed over the course of making this podcast, and I do like my first few tastes of a cider, but boy, does my tummy not like the rest few tastes of the cider.
Really?
Yeah, it's like too sweet and too like acidic-y. It turns my stomach. I can have like one and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm more of a
Wow.
seltzer guy now. So I'm excited for our podcast when it's still going 4 years from now for me to be reminded of this and be like, oh, no, I only do whiskey now or whatever. So
Seltzer? I haven't even met her.
I
Yuck, 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 yuck.
think one of my
Uh,
favorite ones that I heard was somebody said double quarter pounder. I hardly know her, and I don't think that it gets any better than that one.
that's inappropriate, Josh. Speaking of inappropriate, when I was a young man, I didn't really like apple cider. I thought it was too sweet for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
And as I think I've sort of figured out how to navigate what I'm looking for in apple cider.
Ooh.
And if I can find a really dry, we're talking alcoholic cider here,
Okay.
obviously.
Yeah,
E- if I can find a really dry, hard apple cider, that's real tasty. Or
yeah.
one that's mixed with something else, like a pear
Mm-hmm.
blend is really good. We have an apple tree in our yard, and it is often quite overloaded with apples. And
Mm.
we make all sorts of stuff, and we're still, at the end of the season, just have buckets and buckets and buckets of apples that we
Oh
have to dump
wow.
on the compost. And cider is a great way to use apples because they don't need to be perfect apples. You just
Yep.
throw them in the crusher, and between the filtration and the fermentation and the sifting, it doesn't matter if there's mushy parts or bad parts or bugs. It just all gets all filtered out. So it's a great way to use up all your old apples.
That's awesome.
And so hopefully next year we'll have an apple press, and you can come over and have some fresh apple cider.
I will
Just a
absolutely
little
do
bit,
that.
though. Just a little bit.
Not too
Even when I
much.
drink, even when I drink unfermented apple cider, though, I usually mix it with just like a LaCroix or a unflavored bubbly water,
Oh yeah.
because regular apple cider is like too much sugar for me. So I kind of like want to water it down a little bit.
Yeah. Just cut it a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah. What about you? How was your Thanksgiving though?
It was really good. I made a whole turkey for the first time in my life.
Oh wow.
I have made like turkey wings before,
Yeah.
and I had made a ton of other stuff. I'm usually like my go-to cooking is baking. I bake a lot, but I never made a whole turkey, so I decided to give it a shot. I decided to grill a turkey
Oh wow.
on our propane grill, and yeah, it went great. We had one other family come over. They had a kid about the same age as our kid, and they had just moved to Portland.
Yeah.
And so we invited them over to our house, and the turkey turned out good. We had tons of all the sides, tons of pie,
Nice.
all sorts of other stuff. Yeah, it was
Nice.
great.
Did you
Loved
try
it.
a little piece of your turkey, or did you have some of it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
I had a piece.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't eat a ton of meat, but I'll eat a little bit of bird every once in a while.
Yeah. Especially if a bird had it coming. If it was a real asshole of a bird.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the bird, he was the CEO of a insurance company. Too soon?
Maybe not soon enough. It's hard to say.
Hard to say.
Oh man. Oh man.
Well, in a really awkward pivot, last time we talked about Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
Are there other Christmas traditions? After having a kid, I've been thinking a lot about like what traditions do I want to have.
Yeah.
Do you have any specific Christmas time traditions or holiday? It doesn't have to be Christmas, but like December holiday traditions that you do, either with your family or your wife or.
Yeah, I had more growing up, but it wasn't like we did all of them every single year. It was like we did a lot of them kind of in a rotation of sorts. Like we did some advent calendars. We did like a nativity scene advent calendar thing where you like day by day hang up the different parts on the like little Velcro sheet and represent the little nativity scene. So we did that sort of thing. And then for a good many years, we did the fake German tradition where you like hide the pickle ornament in the tree, and you have to try to find it. And whoever finds it first gets a special prize. And our special prize was that you got to be the person that got to crack open the like orange chocolate ball thing for everybody to partake in.
I have never heard of this before.
Yeah, do you not know like the orange? Like
I know the orange chocolate, but the hide the pickle. When someone says that, I think of a different activity. But
no, it's like a fake German tradition. Like everyone thought it was German for a while, and then Germany's like, we did not make this. Stop blaming us for this pickle business.
stop hiding the pickle and blaming us.
German pickle tradition. I'm gonna look it up real quick, and I'll send you an article about it. Oh man, yeah. The Christmas pickle. The Christmas pickle. 1 second. You got the most Wikipediaist of links heading your way.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyways, we
Okay.
used to do that, and yeah, that was a good time. I have a lot of negative associations with Christmas trees and with a lot of the consumerism around Christmas, and I have a hard time getting into Christmas. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I feel you. I feel you.
I don't know.
Now let's take a word from our sponsor, Amazon. Just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna go cut a Christmas tree down this weekend, I hope.
Oh, nice. You guys are going the real route.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta go real numbers when you got the option.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and like owning a home too, you don't really have to worry about like all them rules and regulations and I don't know, whatever. It's just, as a renter, I think we did a real Christmas tree exactly one time and we're like, nope. Or we didn't do it at all and we just had to deal with pine needles being everywhere from our neighbors and we're like, this is the worst.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. They are messy, and it's a lot of work to like go to a Christmas tree farm, and then you gotta like pay to get in, and pay to cut a tree down, and pay to have your jingles jollied because they want to make sure that they get their bucks and all that stuff. So, it's part of doing stuff. Here in the Northwest, we're supposed to have a particularly wet and cold winter. That's what the almanacs have been predicting for us. Actually, side note, there was a tsunami warning in Oregon and California today. Did you hear about this?
I did. It was crazy. I saw it on TikTok, and I've seen fake news on TikTok before, specifically related to stuff that is like so innocuous. Like I think I saw someone write down on TikTok that like Richard Kind has been casted in this show, and I was like, what? That's great. And I look it up and it's not true. I'm like, why would you lie about that? That's so weird. So
that's
I
Richard Unkind of you.
Yeah, I just don't believe anything that I see that seems a little bit far-fetched at all on them tiki-takis. And so I saw the tsunami warning on TikTok and I was like, no way. Looked it up and I was like, oh shit. Oh no. But,
yeah, I know. Yeah. I think they've all been called off, and I don't know if any waves actually reached the shore anywhere.
Yeah, no,
I had several people I know in California who were like, I'm in the red zone and I don't know what to do.
God.
But yeah, I think everyone's fine. I hope everyone's fine. If you're listening to this and you're not fine, go back in time and tell me.
Yep.
But anyway, we're supposed to have a cold and wet winter, and so hopefully we get a tree. I think like a tree up and a fire in the fireplace and some snow outside and some cocoa in my cup. That sounds like pretty sweet Christmas.
Yep. Do you guys already have an idea of any of the sort of Christmas movies that you're going to watch?
We talked about a little bit about this on our last bonus episode. It's not really a Christmas movie. It's just sort of like I guess I would really call it more of a Thanksgiving movie. But The Holdovers, which came out last year, with Paul Giamatti, is about a group of kids at a college. I think it's set in the 70s, and they don't have anywhere to go, and so they have to stay at the college over winter break, and they're called the Holdovers, and they're basically like sort of the schlubs of this really preppy school. And Paul Giamatti is the teacher that sort of has to take care of them, and it's a pretty great movie.
Nice.
I want to rewatch that, and then I'm not sure what other holiday movie is like really calling out to me.
Yeah.
Maybe Santa Claus. I haven't seen that one in a while.
Yeah. I think I'm going to probably rewatch the Christmas Peanut special this year. We'll see. But
nice. Classic.
Yep.
Classic. Maybe Rudolph.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in forever. I remember that his dad is like the biggest asshole, but I don't remember much else from it.
Yeah, when Rudolph's nose is so bright, Rudolph's dad is like, well, fuck this. He's not my kid.
Yeah. I don't have a bright nose. And then he goes and like talks to Mrs. Rudolph, and he's like, "You've been screwing the milkman."
Yeah. That mailman with the Mr. Bright Nose out there.
Yeah.
Something's really fishy. And I'm trying to think of like what movies my kid will watch. He's not quite to the age where he'll sit through a whole movie. He gets pretty bored.
Well, you got to watch The Toy That Saved Christmas.
Maybe a Muppet Christmas Carol.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
So.
Oh, if you're going to watch The Muppets Christmas Carol, apparently there are 2 versions on Disney Plus, and you have to go into the extras features of the movie, and then it will show you the extended version that was later re-edited because there's a song that was deemed too sad to show to kids. So if you rewatch
Wow.
the Muppets, that's the one that you gotta watch because I haven't seen that one either, and I need to watch that one.
Okay. Sorry, son. If you get sad, it's Josh's fault. Yeah, that's kind of what's coming to mind. I might like other stuff. We might turn on. The Holiday. I like The Holiday. I haven't seen that in a little while.
Yeah.
White Christmas. I enjoy White Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
Well, the nice
yeah,
thing is that you can put White Christmas on, and then if Theo has to go down for a nap or whatever, then you can put him down for a nap, and then by the time he wakes up, the movie is still going, which is a real plus.
Yeah. And then we already talked recently about Lord of the Rings. I think it was on our Pirates of the Caribbean episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hopefully going to find time to talk about those. But actually, that leads me into a new segment that I want to do on our bonus episodes.
A news
This
segment?
This new segment is called The Status of Kendrick's Watch List.
Ooh, bum, bum, bum.
So, longtime listeners will know that I'm trying to get my watch list below 800 by the end of 2024. Last time we recorded, back in early November, I had 811 movies.
Yep.
And let me look up real quick. How many movies did I watch in November? Let me do the math here. 17. I watched 17 films in the month of November.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but if when we recorded this episode, if we recorded it in like early-ish November, and you watched 17, and you had 811 at that point, in theory, you'd be below 800, though, right?
Well, Josh, currently, as we're recording this, my watch list is at 812.
Ah! Kendrick, don't you know you're not supposed to watch 17 movies and then unwatch 18 movies, right?
Oh, unwatch. There are a lot of things in my life I wish I could unwatch, let me tell you.
Oh,
and
man.
I mean, let's be real. Of those 17 movies, not all of them were on the watch list,
Yep.
but not negative one of them.
Yeah.
So, I have 1 month to watch 12 movies.
Yep.
It can be done.
1 month to watch 12 movies and not add any more movies to your watch list.
True, yeah, true. It's going to be hard.
And to watch not just 12 movies, but 12 movies from your watch list.
Yeah, that's also going to be hard.
Yeah.
We're going, hopefully this weekend, my wife and I, to the theater to see a movie that is on my watch list.
Oh, yeah?
But it is called Night Bitch. Have you heard of this movie?
Mm-mm.
Let me read you the description from the internet. A woman thrown into the stay-at-home routine of raising a toddler in the suburbs slowly embraces the feral power deeply rooted in motherhood as she becomes increasingly aware of the bizarre and undeniable signs that she may be turning into a dog.
What?
It stars Amy Adams.
Oh, Amy Adams is great.
I know. I'm really excited about this movie. It looks coconuts.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited. And it's on my watch list. So double bonus.
Hey, we love that. That sounds great. Yeah, I've literally never heard of it, but I'm happy for you.
Do you want to add it to your watch list?
No, I'm good. I've already got enough movies on my watch list. Lord knows I have 701 films on my watch list.
Oh, see, you got so much room to grow, Joshua.
I guess. I guess I do. Oh, man. I do want to watch a lot of movies, and I think I'm very foolish with some of my watch lists too. I'll add a movie that's going to come out that I'm going to watch anyways to my watch list.
Exactly. So
it's very silly.
I've stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Like if I have to watch a movie, like for this podcast, for example, I'm not
Yeah.
going to add it to the watch list because I have to
Yeah.
watch it for the podcast. Or if a movie pops up and I'm going to see it tomorrow,
Yep.
I'm not going to add it just to take it back off.
Bingo.
But I will add stuff just to make sure that even if because me going to the theater is not a given. So
Mm-hmm.
if I don't get a chance to go to the theater, I want to be able to look back and say, hey, what stuff came out in this year that I really want to try to go see?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anything else you want to talk about in this bonus discussion?
No, I think I'm good. I'll save if I have any inklings of thoughts. I'll write them down and then bring them up next time we do a bonus discussion.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for hanging out with me.
Yeah.
Thanks for chit-chatting.
Yeah.
Thank you, listeners, for listening.
And thank you, Kendrick, for wishing us all a holly jolly Christmas.
Yeah, of course. Jolly and Holly. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.